Predators are the scum of society, and it's a blessing when cops catch them before it's too late. These cases help us develop a little respect for cops who are targeting ones who prey on the innocent. This first one shows a vile predator attempting to escape in a stolen vehicle with 2 kids inside by deceiving a cop. However, things didn't go to his plan.
D's not your car? Step out of the car. Step out of the car, bro.
On October 10th, 2022, a deputy from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office was flagged down by a truck driver, complaining that his truck was stolen and he had his 2 children aged 4 and 8 inside it. The deputy immediately started to follow the truck.
Roll the window down. What are you doing with the kids? What's going on? Roll the window down, bro.
The person who had stolen the truck was identified as 37-year-old Kevin Smith, and he was about to be exposed by the children sitting inside.
D's not your car? Step out of the car. Step out of the car, bro. Okay, step out of the car. Help me out here. Is that you? Alright, let me figure it out, okay? Put that bottle away.
Kevin knew he was about to be arrested, but only made matters worse for himself by resisting the officer.
Put that bottle away. Okay, put that bottle away. Okay, I'm gonna ask you to step out of the car and help me out, okay? What do you mean, not you? Okay. So let me figure out. I don't know what's going on.
Step out till you figure it out.
You're gonna step out. I cannot leave you. Give me the car keys. Give me the car keys. Give me the car keys.
I know where your dad is.
I know where your dad is. I saw him running this way. Give me the car keys.
However, eventually, Kevin agreed that the deputy was right, but had a fear of coming out. Well, he should have considered this before committing this grave crime.
I'm not asking you twice. Give me the car keys. Alright. Step out.
I don't know.
I step out. I need to figure out. I cannot let you in the car.
If I step out, you're gonna punch me.
I'm not gonna punch you, bro. No, I promise you.
You will.
I promise you.
You will. If I step out, you're gonna punch me.
Raise it 1 to 3.
Despite his reservations, the officer calmly handled the situation and instructed him to get out so he wouldn't be getting punched. Soon, he made his way out and the officer apprehended him.
Is this?
Yeah.
Alright, step out of the car.
That's not my dad.
Step out of the car, bro. Step out of the car. Step out of the car. Step out of the car. Stay here. I need to figure out what's going on. That's all.
Over to Razor 103.
Razor 103. Come here.
Do you need your 94 1018 or you for 4?
I'm 10-4, not 10-18. Alright.
The officer managed to get him away from the truck, and the children were safely removed from the truck without being harmed. Kevin was escorted to the police station, where he was charged with 2 counts of felony kidnapping and grand theft motor vehicle. It was also discovered that he had a felony record dating back to 2003. He was ultimately locked up in Falkenberg Road Prison and is being held without a bond. Well, this guy's actions were extreme, but what the next predator did will shock you.
Why's your zipper, your buttons down on your...
Well, I probably just...
On July 5th, 2022, a New Mexico State police trooper was on his usual patrol route when he observed a vehicle driving erratically. He started to follow him and ultimately pulled him over after he made a very dangerous turn.
Hey there.
Hello.
How are you?
All right.
Just all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Your driver's license?
The person behind the wheel was 41-year-old Jeremy Guthrie, who didn't seem to be in his right mind as the cops confronted him. That's when the cops noticed his weird behavior.
There's your wallet right there between your legs.
Sorry, I was a little bit nervous.
So was I. The way you're driving?
Huh?
I said, you mentioned that you were nervous? Right. I was nervous while I was behind you driving down I-40. You were in lane number 1. At times, you went all the way from lane number 1 all the way over. Didn't use a signal, had problems keeping your vehicle one lane. And then, when you merge on from westbound 40 to northbound 25, you took that curve way too fast.
I did. I'm sorry.
I thought you were going to crash.
No, I don't.
I didn't say. I don't think so. I'm just saying I thought you were going to crash.
Soon, the cops realized that the issue was much more sinister than drunk driving or speeding, as he had 6 children inside the car between the ages of 13 and 15. The officer was shocked to see this and proceeded to question him. However, getting no concrete answers, he urged Guthrie to step outside the vehicle. The officer was shocked to see how Kevin was holding up.
And then you have a bunch of kids in the car. How many kids? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who are these kids to you?
This is my friend.
That's your friend?
Yeah.
How old's your friend?
18.
That girl's not 18? That girl's not 18?
Yeah.
No, she's not.
No, I don't think she is.
That girl's not 18. Trust me. She don't look 18. Ma'am, how old are you? I didn't ask you your name. I asked you how old you were. Thank you. Come on out. Why's your zipper, your buttons down on your...
Well, I probably just forgot.
Okay.
And I'll button my zipper.
Yeah, please button your zipper.
Yeah. I mean, I had to take like a piss and
Guthrie didn't seem to be in his right mind, and that's when the cop inquired about his condition, whether he'd had anything to drink earlier in the day.
When did you last drink?
like probably it's been a little while.
Like an hour?
I would say it's more than yeah,
Like maybe 2?
yeah,
Roughly? Okay.
like 2 hours.
That's fair. Because you know what? 2 hours is totally different than, no, I haven't been drinking.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, you already did. You said I hadn't been drinking. And then I kind of played you, said, was it an hour ago? Like, no, longer. 2 hours? Yeah.
It's been a few hours.
Okay.
I mean,
Gotcha. Well,
I mean,
we're not going to argue about that. I mean, I know what I smell. Okay? Do you think you're safe to drive? Do you think you're safe to drive?
yeah,
You do?
absolutely.
Once again, you and I will disagree on that, too. I don't think you're safe to drive. Just based on how you're driving.
However, the officer was still shocked about the 6 minors sitting in the car and inquired about them. Once again, the predator had a very casual answer, forcing the cop to question the kids.
All those people in the car, who are they?
They're just my friends. I mean,
Do you normally hang out with people who are young?
not.
How old are you?
I'm 41.
41? Okay, hang tight right there, okay? How old are you? And don't lie to me. I mean, okay, like I'm not gonna play the game where you lie. I know that you're not 18, okay? So if you want to have attitude, you in the front, okay? We go about it another way. Simple as that. So if I sense any attitude or you give me lip, we'll do it.
Once the kids realized that Guthrie was not around them and didn't feel pressured, they disclosed their true age to the cops, which left him baffled.
Okay, how old are you? 14. Thank you. Simple question.
14.
Really 14?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
14.
Okay. 13. Okay. 13. Okay. 14. Okay. Who's this guy to anybody?
That's our homies. And then she knows his kid.
Okay. So that there's your homie. Okay. So you guys all need to call your parents.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Just so you guys know. Okay. I probably saved 6 lives tonight. At least 6 lives. Okay. I thought you guys were gonna crash around that bend. He's going way too fast, and he's definitely not safe to drive.
Oh, yeah, we told him. We told him.
The officer then proceeded to contact the kids' parents individually, instructing them to pick their children up from the location. As of now, the cops are handling this tough situation perfectly.
This is Sergeant LaFay with State Police, and your son, along with I'm guessing 5 of his other buddies, they were in a vehicle with somebody some man. It's a grown adult who has no business driving, and so he's out now doing field sobriety tests, and these kids need to be picked up.
Meanwhile, one of the officers conducted several field sobriety tests on Guthrie before placing him under arrest.
First, you're going H, I, or you're going Doctor? I just don't understand. Big question.
I told you to go forward, remember? From H to S. It's pretty simple.
Oh. H, I, J, K, L, M, O, P, Q, R, S.
Cool. All right.
I just didn't understand what you wanted to.
Yeah. All right. Go and stand up, bro. Go and stand up. Go and turn around for me. Go and turn around. Go and turn around. All right. So you're gonna be placed under arrest for DWI, okay?
Don't forget his phone. I'll put it in the front seat.
Go over here to the.
It'll be easier.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Yes or no?
Okay.
Yes or no?
No.
Yeah.
Guthrie was immediately handcuffed and was taken to the police station where he was charged with driving under the influence and 6 counts of child abuse. However, a disturbing revelation was made after he was booked that he raped the 12-year-old sitting inside the car. The poor girl had also gotten pregnant but had a miscarriage. He was also suspected of her twin sister, who was also present in the car. Eventually, this disgusting predator was sentenced to 16 charges in total and is about to go to trial soon. We can only hope that he spends the entire rest of his life behind bars. Well, this predator might be the worst out there, but the actions of this 65-year-old man were pretty disturbing as well.
Please. Put that down, please. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Put this stuff down. Hands behind your back, please.
One thing led to the next, and just wanted to fool around with this person.
In May 2023, the Walsall Police Department launched an investigation into an incident where 65-year-old Jeffrey Suber made contact with a 15-year-old on Facebook. However, he had no clue that an undercover cop was behind the Facebook profile. Jeffrey talked dirty to the fake 15-year-old and eventually decided to meet at a closed business. However, the evil predator had no clue that several officers were waiting for him.
Window up. Seatbelts on. He saw my message to come in.
Turn around. He's grabbing something in the passenger seat.
Let me know if he goes to that door. I gotta duck down.
My door?
If he goes towards the other door. If he does that, there's potential he sees a squad car.
Getting out.
Why don't you ask him if he's...
Walking in. My door.
Just get him right away, Pete. Go.
Hey, how are you? Put that down, please. Put that down, please. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Put this stuff down. Hands behind your back, please. Just relax.
195.
You're under arrest. Huh? You're under arrest.
Okay.
Can you throw that, please?
Oh.
The officers immediately arrested the predator, and he didn't resist at all. mainly because he knew what he was being arrested for and had no explanation for the vile act he had committed.
Alright, pull the squat out. Yeah, the same time. Just wait a minute. Start up? Start him?
Yeah. I turned the key. I don't know if you tried that.
No, I did a bunch. It's blowing hot air and it said it did the whole. I've had it happen once before.
Okay.
Where it wanted you to pull over and safely park.
Oh,
And
weird.
it shut off and started blowing hot air. I don't know if it overheated or what, but that can actually. All right, sir. Let me walk out here, please. Over to this car.
I'm very claustrophobic. You put this in the car.
I can't. I can't. Seat, please.
Just drives me nuts.
Sure. I understand it's uncomfortable.
You can't
Get
put
him
him in front?
No, I can't.
How long are they going to be on?
Not long. You okay?
Yep.
There you go.
How do you do this?
Yep. Just lift that other leg up.
This is very claustrophobic.
Can you slide over a little bit more, please? We're not going far.
I mean, I'm trying to make excuses. I know I'm guilty here, but I can't deal with this.
I understand. We're just going a few blocks. Okay?
Truck obviously had nothing that kit, right?
Yeah.
You know, syringe and
Lube and stuff. And
The officers searched him thoroughly and discovered that he had brought and a syringe along with him as well. Shockingly, they also discovered multiple adult bedroom toys in his car. They ultimately took him to the police station where he was made to sit with the detective for an interrogation.
so just to get a picture of it. Yeah, I'm guessing those are supposed to be beads. I just want to make sure there's no dope in here. These are lubed up or gel.
hang on just a second. Walk this way in front of the car. Leave that right there for a moment. This way. Left in here. Stand over here, please.
Stand?
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna take these handcuffs off. They will be going back on. Okay, but they will be going back on. But for the time being, I'm gonna take them off.
Oh, jeez. Thank you.
Okay. That's it. I'm gonna read you your constitutional rights. Okay, you're in custody. You're under arrest.
The detective proceeded to question the predator, and he had no shame or remorse in engaging with a 15-year-old.
Yes.
So what does that have to do with the meth?
Like I said, I don't use this stuff. I'm gay. I'm significant other. And one thing led to the next, and just wanted to fool around with this person.
Who is that person? So let me just tell you right now that I know absolutely every single intimate detail
Yeah.
of today's events.
Yeah, you probably do according to the phone line.
Okay.
The phone texts.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've read every single one of them.
Yep.
100% familiar with what the intention was there. Okay. My
Playing around.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, correct.
Okay. I'm curious. One, is this the first time that you've done something like this with
Yes.
a minor?
I never. Why it went this far, I have no idea. On the internet, you know, what was it, a sex drive? Knew he was a minor.
Jeffrey owned up to his actions but showed no remorse. The detective proceeded to ask him questions about narcotics, and he had a very shocking answer.
You know.
I mean, you had intimate knowledge of what we call boofing, which is insertion of methamphetamine via syringe.
I've heard of it. Yes.
And you described to him
Yes.
how it's done.
Yes.
Suggested it was a safer means of ingestion or use.
Yes.
Walk me through your knowledge base and how you know all that if you're not a user yourself.
Correct.
So,
What did you just say?
walk me through your knowledge base and how you would know all that if you're not a user
Oh, just
yourself.
from this friend of mine has been telling me about it and a safer way of using it because he always does it, you know, in the vein. And I always said to him, I says, but you know what?
I mean, your terminology used suggested that you're very familiar with methamphetamine.
Oh, I'm familiar with it, yes.
Okay.
Just from hearsay from Joe Bull, you know.
Instead,
Would you pass your analysis test today?
The detective also asked to search his phone. Jeffrey hesitated at first, but ultimately gave his permission.
Sufficient probable cause to write a warrant to search your phone.
go ahead and search it.
Okay, what's your passcode?
It's his face. Oh,
Yeah, there's a passcode option.
did that work?
Yep. Let me ask you, when I go through your phone, is there going to be other individuals that you communicate with about methamphetamine or other underage persons that you're communicating about sex? Can you offer any explanation as to why you think things went as far as they did today?
I don't know. It never, it just, person was online and chit-chatting back and forth, and, they made it sound legit, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I guess that's how you get hung up into shit like this. Why I did, no fucking idea. It shouldn't have. When I got up this morning, I thought, what in the are you doing? The person admitted they were not of age, and
The detective kept on interrogating him, and the disgusting person even laughed at some of his questions. This showed how horrifying he was, as he had no shame for his actions.
What was your plan when you got to Midas today?
have some fun.
Want to expand on that? Obviously you have some fetishes, golden shower, feet stuff.
Play around.
Whatever that other person wanted to do.
I guess.
And you said this is the first time that you've considered or gone so far as to meet up with a juvenile?
Yes. Never even would have considered. Semi-retired, drive school bus, and work at the maintenance, 10, 20, 30 hours a week. Not that much down there.
How long have you drove school bus for?
I did many 1,000 years ago, but then I went on the road in 5 years, 4 years, 5 years.
Current time you've been driving is about 5 years, but you did it prior to that.
I did it way back when my kids were young, yeah. Right now it's 4 or 5 years.
What do you understand about methamphetamine? What do you think it is?
It's a high. That's all I know. I don't know the dangers.
People die from it.
Well, from overdose or anything, right?
Have you ever heard of a methamphetamine overdose?
Heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to me, and I kicking ass and...
Jeffrey told the cops that he used to be a bus driver for a school, meaning he was around kids all the time. This surely sends shivers down the spine and alarming concerns as to what he may have done over the years.
I have no reason.
Is your cell phone going to tell us a different story?
Yes. Oh, no.
Child?
No, nothing.
Communication with minors?
No.
Delivery of drugs to other people?
Mm-hmm.
We do what's called a forensic download of the cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they pour through it, every single file. It paints a really good picture for us, where you've been,
Yep.
patterns of behavior look like, who you're communicating with, what drug history looks like, what sex partners look like, all that stuff. Like that's, cell phones are modern day computers. In the meantime, you're going to be transported up to Marathon County Jail under those 3 different charges that I told you.
You gotta put those cuffs back on.
Yes, sir.
He was then transported to the jail and was booked for felony charges of child enticement, using a computer to facilitate a child's crime, and possession of But surprisingly, he got out after posting a $5,000 bond. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today we saw cases where evil predators were caught in the act. The cops were on time on all occasions and made sure to apprehend these disgusting creeps. Particularly concerning was the second case where the guy was found to be abusing minors. We can only hope that the jury settles for nothing less than life imprisonment and these sick people are never let out in the... Justice took 65-year-old Jeffrey by surprise, securing him a spot in jail for his predatory acts. You'll be shocked to learn that today's society includes disguised as priests.
Or the mind that was in Jesus. What? That mind is in me. Your only chance to evacuate is to leave with us.
Priests are there to help people follow the message of God, but what happens when one of them goes astray? On March 26, 1997, deputies from the San Diego County Sheriff's Department went inside a mansion in the San Diego suburb of Santa Fe and were shocked by what they saw. 39 people had committed suicide, and the deceased were dressed in identical black clothing, wearing Nike sneakers, and with $5 bills stuffed in their pockets. Upon investigation, the officers discovered that these people were believers in a religious cult called Heaven's Gate. The cult led by Marshall Applewhite had garnered a significant following, and this sad incident was the largest mass suicide to ever occur in the USA. As the agencies pressed on the issue, they discovered some tapes from the leader, whose beliefs and prophecies were abysmal to say the least. Applewhite had founded this cult alongside Bonnie Nettles. In 1972, Bonnie and Applewhite had gotten very close to each other and started to think of themselves as divine messengers. Their religion and teachings have been labeled as UFO religion, as they believed that they would ascend to heaven by boarding a UFO. However, soon they changed this narrative and started to claim that the human body was merely a container and their consciousness would be transported to the next world after they die. The next world, which they called the Kingdom of Heaven.
Classroom, or in old language a couple thousand years ago, disciples. Those who are trying to prepare themselves for entry into the evolutionary level above human, synonymous with the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven. We're going to talk to you about the most urgent thing that is on our mind, and what we suspect is the most urgent thing on the minds of those who will connect with us. We'll title this tape Planet Earth About to be Recycled. Your only chance to evacuate is to leave with us.
Applewhite, who was known as Dew amongst his followers, had some of the strangest thoughts you can imagine. Despite this, the cult kept on growing as they kept involving like-minded people with an interest in space and cosmology. The cult even had a website set up where they kept posting important updates and news.
Planet Earth about to be recycled. Your only chance to survive or evacuate is to leave with us. Now, that's a pretty major statement, pretty bold in terms of religion, in terms of anybody's intelligent thinking. To most people who would consider themselves intelligent beings, they'd say, well, that's absurd. What's all this doomsday stuff? What's all this prophetic stuff? You know, intelligent human beings should realize that everything has their cycle. They have their season. They have their beginning. They have their end. They have cycles. We're not saying that planet Earth is coming to an end. We're saying that planet Earth is about to be refurbished, spaded under, and have another chance to serve as a garden for another human civilization.
As you can see, Applewhite knew how to manipulate people, and he, alongside Bonnie, had amassed 80 people. The group also focused on sexual suppression, and plenty of members, including Applewhite, had undergone surgical castration. This shows you the amount of brainwashing they have had.
Now, the reason this is such an interesting time is not only because we're on the threshold of the end of this civilization, because it's about to be recycled, but because of where that finds us, where that finds you, where that finds those who would judge us, how we would speak of them and how they would speak of us. Now you keep saying us. Who do you think you are? Well, I, in all honesty, must acknowledge my father. My father is not a human father. My father is a member of the evolutionary level above human, the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven. My father gave me, long before this civilization, gave me birth into that kingdom level above human, that kingdom of heaven, that kingdom of God.
Applewhite claimed himself as the next Messiah of the world who will be rescuing people from the recycling that is about to happen.
Now you can say, well, I can't believe that. Well, it's up to you whether you believe that or not. That's not important to me, even though I wish that you could believe it for your sake. For those who do believe it, stand a possibility of a future beyond this recycling time. Now you say, well, according to religious literature, I thought there was someone else that was going to come and be our Savior here at these end days, that was going to be Christ's return. Well, the name Christ might be a little confusing, or the name Jesus, because the name Jesus, of course, was the name given to the body that mind that was indeed from the kingdom of heaven came. And that mind was here 2,000 years ago, and that mind came for the express purpose of teaching humans how they could be saved, how they would not be plowed under at the end of the age. Well, we're at the end of the age. So the one, or the mind that was in Jesus, what? That mind is in me? You'll have to decide that for yourself.
Surprisingly, Applewhite and Bonnie claim to have received their own Bible, where they mostly talked about extraterrestrials as a superior race of aliens who they considered the gods.
I must admit that I am here again, that I'm here saying exactly the same thing that I said then, trying to say it in today's language, trying to hope that for your sakes you can see what we have to offer you. For our Father offers you life. I'm not talking about human life. If planet is about to be recycled, and we see the planet as a stepping stone, planet Earth a stepping stone, that just as within a civilization evolves upward, that each segment of civilization becomes more civilized, less barbaric in some ways. It's supposed to, not that it necessarily does. Sometimes it seems to appear to be more civilized when in fact it becomes more barbaric, more quick to condemn the rest of the world, more quick to kill the rest of the world that does not think as it thinks.
If the speech wasn't absurd enough, Applewhite continued to say something even more hysterical. Ty, he just referred to, was the name given to Bonnie, who died in 1985. After her death, many people questioned the cult, claiming that their prophecy was wrong. Applewhite, however, claimed that she left because her work was done at this level, whereas he still had something more to do.
I'll tell you something that's even more remarkable. My father came with me this time. Came in the early 70s, took on a human form, an adult human form, helped me get in an adult human form in the early 70s, and we together helped those who came with us that were also here 2,000 years ago get in the bodies that they were wearing so that they could rid themselves of human behavior, human activity, human thinking, so that they could be ready to move into the kingdom of heaven, or the evolutionary level above human. These that are sitting before me have been students of Tiendo. T, my father, have been students of Tiendo, are still students of Tiendo, even though T returned to the heavens in 1985, that will survive the recycling. One type of individual is those individuals that have overcome their humanness enough that when the end of this age is complete, when the war is over, the spading complete, there is nothing left here except for recycling. When the end of that occurs, then they have reached a condition of having overcome human behavior, human thinking, human desires, desiring only to be in the kingdom of heaven.
Later, it was revealed that it was actually the death of Bonnie, which led to the mass suicide. The people started to think that they wouldn't physically ascend to heaven, and instead needed to die first before reaching the kingdom of heaven.
Is also, they have bodies. I wouldn't say flesh bodies because it's different characteristics, but it's a physical body And it's equivalent for that evolutionary level to a human body. It doesn't need the kind of fuel that humans would need. It's not a mammalian body. It doesn't reproduce. It's not male nor female. It probably would look like what you might consider a very attractive extraterrestrial. Now, most of the illustrations of extraterrestrials these days have been grotesque. Looked like giant insects or slimy reptilians or eyes so big that you could fall into them. And an extraterrestrial that we say is a genuine extraterrestrial is not a fallen angel, is not a space alien. We see fallen angels and space aliens as synonymous.
The cult kept on growing in the 80s as plenty of people came in and left. Ultimately, in 1996, the cult rented a large house in Santa Fe, California, for which they paid $7,000 per month. No one had any idea what was about to happen in the next few days.
If you're wearing a human vehicle, I'm wearing a human vehicle because I have to wear one for this task. I don't like it. It doesn't match me. And those who sit in front of me, they don't like their human vehicles that they have to wear for this task, but they have to wear them because the task of overcoming the human kingdom requires that they overcome flesh. The genetic vibrations, the lust of the flesh, the desire to reproduce, the desire to cling to offspring or spouse or parents or house or money or fame or job or that could go on and on. Overcoming the human flesh and its desires, even its religious desires. There is not a religion on the face of the globe that is of God as it is today. All of those things that are called religions are ruined records of man's relationship with someone from the evolutionary level above human or the kingdom of God.
In March 1997, Applewhite taped himself when he spoke about the mass suicide they were about to commit. Just a few days later, cops found 39 dead bodies, each carrying $5.75 in their pockets. Just before this mass suicide, the cult members had recorded some farewell messages.
I just want to say how thankful I am to Doe and T for helping me and taking me under their wing, and all my classmates have been so great to me and all the problems I've got.
My thoughts in these last hours are only of joy and wonder at the thought of going home.
Why am I here? What is the meaning of life? Since I've been in the class, I've learned the answers to all of those.
And couldn't be happier about what we're about to do.
All of these poor people had been manipulated so badly that they didn't even consider what grave step they were about to take. Some of them even sounded weak, as if they were forced to speak these words.
For T and Doe to endure what they've endured for 22 years, it's just unimaginable they'd go through that for us.
As long as I exist, I have free will.
But I am doing this of my own free will. My own free will.
I say no, they didn't have any free will.
Now, if you are brave enough, then have a look at these chilling moments when the cops discovered those dead bodies. All of them had taken phenobarbital and had washed it down with the help of vodka. Although they committed suicide, many people went on to argue that they were killed by the psycho leader Applewhite. Well, nothing might be able to top this level of craziness, but this next priest did something pretty disgusting as well.
You both are going to be under arrest for child abuse and go with these two gentlemen. All 8 children are now in protective custody.
In January 2024, the Blackwell Police Department was notified about child neglect at a residence. The officers instantly went over to the place, but had no warrant, therefore were denied entry. However, just the next day, with the involvement of DHS, the officers were able to get inside the home and were shocked to see what was inside.
Sorry. Alright, we're back. Alright. What? Oh. Alright. Right now, you both are going to be under arrest for child abuse and go with these two gentlemen. All 8 children are now in protective custody.
The cops discovered significant evidence of child abuse, and the suspects were none other than a pastor and his wife. The disturbing couple were caught abusing their 8 children aged from 2 to 17. The officers found out that children were often beaten with wooden boards and were locked in their rooms without food and water for days.
We will have a conversation when I get to the police department.
Okay, I know you're going to be nice, so I'm going to put it in front for you, okay? That sound good?
Get some shoes here.
Please, can I sit down before you put the other one on?
What are you needing?
I'm just getting my shoes that are that front.
I can
Oh, you could probably.
Yeah, I'll just put them up front so it's more comfort for you, okay? Let's go right here.
My coat's here and everything.
I'm going to put him in my car. Now we'll get your shoes real quick. You don't have anything on you?
I don't know.
Okay, no wallet, no purse, no nothing?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I have my purse.
Do you want to bring your purse with you?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you may want your wallet.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is that
These
at?
are your shoes you want.
Yeah, that's fine.
Where is your purse at?
Purse right here.
Okay.
Just please
Do you have medication you need to take with you?
No. Please be careful with CJ.
We're gonna
Shit, that's my job, okay? I'm gonna, while we come back to talk to you.
The pastor, Keith Holt, realized that he had been caught and calmly walked away to the police car. However, his wife, Candy, started to cry and resisted the arrest.
I need my hand.
I thought you were trying to get your shoe on.
If you need to sit down real quick and adjust, I'll put it in the front so you're able to do whatever you need to do.
This is what I do. I take care of kids. That's all my education. That's everything I've ever done. And this is absurd. It is not fair. And CJ's the one who doesn't understand. Please.
We'll have a chance to talk to you, okay?
No, I just want him to be protected.
All right, man, we're going to go out here, okay?
I know. You're sorry.
Just one county.
Okay. All right, since your hands are in the front, go ahead and try to buckle up for me.
Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You good over there?
The couple was ultimately taken to the police station where they were charged for their crimes.
We're going to go to this door right up here. It's close.
taking phones or anything?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'll ask him when he leaves here in a minute. He might be staying over there. So I might call him in a second. His, I'll get hers. I'll have her come in here.
The officers were indeed shocked to witness these scenes, and the disgraced pastor was charged with 3 counts of felony child abuse and 1 count of child neglect, whereas his wife was charged with 3 counts of enabling child abuse and 1 count of child neglect. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today we examined cases where priests and pastors were caught doing the unthinkable. One particularly concerning case was the Heaven's Gate cult, where the deluded leader caused the deaths of 38 people under the guise of a mass suicide. It remains one of the most disturbing cases in American history, and it's a real shame that no one was able to stop this cult before the tragedy occurred. We can only hope that agencies are much more vigilant today to prevent such ideas from reoccurring. This predatory priest manipulated people with false ideologies to serve his own ends, disrupting societal balance with his deceitful beliefs. The pair of priests faced divine retribution on earth for harming innocent children. And that wraps up our video. Share this to raise awareness about these corrupt priests and help ensure they face justice. If you enjoy crime content, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to check out this next one right here.